Hey guys, it's Lucas here from Sports Tips by Jellyman. Another one of our NBA 2020-2021 season overviews. This time I've got the Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Sacramento Kings. So we'll kick off with the Bulls. Their record was 31 wins and 41 losses, which was good enough for 11th in the East. They traded for a couple of good pieces to add around Lavine and White, and also had a strong run late, but unfortunately were sort of diminished by sort of Lavine getting injured late and Coby White not really playing as well as he was throughout the middle of the season. So Lavine actually had a career season and really nailed down him being a franchise player. He actually averaged 27 points, 5 rebounds and 5 assists and had some huge games throughout. They also added Vucevic, so a good add towards the back end of the season, and built some chemistry with Lavine, White and co as well. So also Coby White, he was good throughout parts and actually averaged 15 points. Now, what does 2021 and 2022 look like for the Chicago Bulls? They've got a great core now with Lavine, Vucevic and White, and have added some shooters around them if they are staying healthy. So look for them to add a few other pieces in free agency, potentially looking at Derrick Rose and some others like that to add some veteran pieces to obviously guide along White and Lavine. But we'll see what happens for them. Now moving on. Cleveland Cavaliers, their record in 2020-2021 was 22 wins and 50 losses, so 13th in the East, so not great again. But the young guys made progression, but that roster still just doesn't have enough to make a run at the playoffs. So Allen and Garland, they actually built some good chemistry. Garland averaged 17 points and 6 assists, and Allen actually averaged 13 points and 10 rebounds. And Sexton, he actually averaged 24 points for the regular season and progressed hugely again on the scoring side. So we've heard some trade rumors about him, but if I was the Cavs, I wouldn't be giving up a scorer like that, considering they don't have many other scorers in their team. Now, 2021, 2022, unless they made some huge movements throughout the offseason, we don't see much being different for the Cavs in 2021, 2022, unfortunately. Now, moving on, last but not least, the Sacramento Kings. They finished with a similar record to the Chicago Bulls with 31 wins and 41 losses, which was good enough for 12th in the West. They looked good at times. They went on huge winning streaks, but then also had huge losing streaks. So it's finding that consistency throughout the year. Fox, he made a huge leap and is seriously a superstar and a franchise player to build around for them there, which is a good sign. He averaged 25 points and 7 assists, and at one stage he was averaging 30 points and 10 assists throughout some periods of the season. Bagley, when healthy, he actually looked good, but his key is obviously staying healthy. He averaged 14 points and 7 rebounds. And Holmes, he also looked good, but similar story, needs to stay healthy. He actually averaged 14 points and 8 rebounds as well. Now, Hield, he averaged 16 points throughout the regular season, but he hasn't shown that. I mean, he asked for that big packet of money, big deal, but he hasn't shown to be that second superstar on the team. So we expected him. He's got some okay trade value, so he might not be there next season, start of next season, or he has that value to potentially sort of shoot his way out of it through early in the season and has some good value for the Kings to use. Similar to Barnes, he averaged 16 points as well and also has good trade value, but coming towards the back end of not of his career, but back end of his prime. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. Now, last but not least, Halliburton actually had an unreal first season, and I guess he popped up in those, rookie of the year conversations, but at least Sacramento thought he should have been behind, obviously, Edwards and Ball, but he actually averaged 13 points and 5 rebounds in the regular season and quite a few assists as well. So what does 2021, 2022 look for these guys? I mean, they've got a good young core with now Fox, Halliburton and Bagley, if they all stay all healthy, but they need some more suitable help. So they've got a lot of similar players, so I think Holmes, Barnes, and Hield are all good trade value. I mean, Holmes is a similar player to Bagley. Barnes and Hield are both a similar player to each other. So they need to find some good pieces to put around Fox and Halliburton, some potential good shooters who consistently shoot and score the ball and get to the rim as well, because Fox and Halliburton are both drivers of the ball, so they need to drive and dish, and also maybe another pick and roll player behind Bagley as well.